best friends and next door neighbors, Willow and Lillian, spill the tea on murder, mysteries, and other things that go bump in the night. So get your favorite teacup ready and let's get into it. Welcome to Cruelty Podcast. This is Lillian.
And this is Mattie.
A little delayed, but it was better.
Well, you said this is Lillian, and I panicked because you usually say I'm Lillian, and then I go and I'm Mattie. But you said this is, and you threw me off my rhythm. The autism didn't like it.
Well, I'm just never going to do it the same way twice. Good luck.
Wow, I'll kill myself right here live on podcast, Lillian.
Awesome. I mean, no, don't. It's bad. Don't do that. I'm in a mood today. So what case are we covering? Because I don't even know.
So we are doing celebrities this month. And I decided to talk about actually one of my favorite queer icons, Merlinka, also known as Viren Miladinovic, who was, gosh, she is known to be, or is believed to be, the first openly transgender person in the Balkans. And she was like this beloved sex worker, and she was also an actress, and she was like an open cross-dresser, gender fluid. She was an icon, let's just put it like that. And she was in
Rad.
Serbia, which, if you guys know anything about like Serbia, and actually I was about to say Montenegro, but that country didn't exist at the time. But like that area, very homophobic. So to be out and queer and loud like that.
And what time period are we talking about?
This was the 90s, and then she died in 2003.
Yeah. Even like gosh, even here in the US in the 90s, people were not cool with trans people.
Yeah, no, I would even go as far as to say we're not really that accepted now.
Oh
It's
no.
just you get shamed if you're loudly intolerant in public, which I guess is good as a society, and I'm glad that we do that,
Not
but
enough.
not enough,
Mm-mm.
not viciously enough. I think we should start adding corporal punishment, but
Oh,
that's
that's
just
not going to happen. No. Not in this current political environment.
but like, wouldn't it be great if we did though? Like,
Yeah, as
just
if you were
saying, just
transphobic, you
pitching,
were just
guys.
immediately jettisoned into the sun. That would
I
be
Okay,
really cool.
not talking like that. I'm
Oh, I
like,
love that so much. Bye.
I want to I'm gonna make the worst joke ever, and I'm so worried that somebody's gonna take me seriously. But
Oh, they will.
I want to like I want to trans the transphobes as punishment.
Oh, oh no. Oh, that's spicy. That's a spicy take. I love
But
it.
like, wouldn't that be so funny though? Like, as a
It's what they
concept.
want anyway, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, they're really just jealous. If they make fun of you about something, it's just that it's just because they're jealous of you. That's what they
Except
tell
when
you
I'm being a
in like
hater,
elementary
I'm not
school.
jealous. I'm just being a hater.
Yeah, I just hate you in fucking particular.
It's what keeps me going. Anyway, please continue. I'm sorry I went on a stupid tangent like I do.
No, you're totally fine. So, Merlinka is actually the Serbian version of Marilyn. But like I said before, she is believed to be the first openly transgender person. And she actually self-identified as both gay and a cross-dresser. Merlinka was born in Zagreb, which is the capital of Croatia, and she spent most of her childhood equally between like an orphanage, being homeless, and being taken in by distant relatives. Um, and so, like, as soon as she graduated high school, she moved to Belgrade, which because she was looking for better opportunities. Um, so, as soon as he moved to Belgrade, He began to socialize with cross dressers and soon started to wear makeup and tight jeans. And he dyed his hair this like brilliant blonde. And he started to support himself with prostitution. So a decade later, at age 31, he actually decided to completely transform himself. He became Marilyn or Merlinka. And he had so there's so many amazing pictures of him, and I would really suggest looking up and just seeing how I would say that he is a cornerstone of like drag culture, like the way that he did his makeup back in the 70s, 80s, 90s
Well, what I want
looks
you
a
to
lot.
do is collect me some pictures, okay?
Ooh,
Then after this episode, give them to me over Discord and I'll put them up on Patreon so people can go and look. I'll make the post public.
oh, yay, perfect.
Yeah.
Yay. Um, but yeah, so in 1986, she actually publicly debated homosexuality at the Belgrade Youth Center, which was actually the first of like public debates in that entire area. And then following up in the 1990s, she was actually known to be an active member in the Arkadesia events. And for those of you who aren't familiar, Arkadesia was the first activist group to affirm gay and lesbian rights in Serbia, and they lobbied relentlessly to decriminalize homosexuality. They were famous for the Statute of Arkadesia, which was a document that listed out many goals, such as the equalization of homosexual age of consent with heterosexual age of consent, which was apparently an issue, decriminalization of homosexuality in its entirety, the introduction of sexual education in schools, including homosexuality and bisexuality, so include the B and LGBTQ,
Like you do.
and just to end patriarchy in general, which slay.
Yeah, nobody's ever going to get on board with that. But if anybody listening to this podcast who's listened to it for more than 5 minutes knows that I'm all about that.
Yeah, I'm not really I wasn't even raised in a patriarchy household. I was raised in like a matriarchal one because I'm indigenous. So it's just, you guys really let them talk to you like that? That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not good.
Anyways, in 2001, Merlinka used her two movies, which came out in 1995, which is her most popular film, Marble Ass. Oh my God, watch that movie. It's in Serbian, but you can find dubbed versions. It is fantastic.
Okay.
And then she had another one in 1998, which for some reason I did not write the name of it down. I don't know if I could even find it real quick. The answer is no. No, I can't find it real quick for some reason. Shit. All right, that's fine. Where was I? Completely forgot. Right. But anyways, so she launched off of her movie career to publish an autobiography in 2001 named Teresa's Son, uh, referencing his mother, Teresa. And the book is a powerful confession. And it was just talking a lot about how sex work had impacted his life and the versions of himself inside of him and how they're reflected. And he even has like a name for the person he loves most as a part of himself, which is a young man named Tabor, which is interesting, but sure. And then as soon as the book was published, Marilyn or Viren announced that Marilyn was retiring and that he was not going to be prostituting anymore. And after that, completely changed their life. So he moved into a famous park, which was like an observatory where he worked as a janitor. And he like fed stray dogs, and people around him would like see him change between being a man and a woman, like just day to day, and it was never an issue. And then we come to the crime part, because unfortunately we don't have a ton of information on how he was murdered. It was a cold case. we still don't have any like viable leads anymore. So this part's gonna unfortunately be brief, but I did want to use that as like just a way to praise that person. Like I said, they are a cornerstone of LGBTQ history. Um,
Something we don't
but
hear
Viren,
enough of, honest, and especially now with the government like erasing this stuff about Stonewall from like government websites and whatnot.
yeah, yeah, it's getting worse and worse for our gay
Yeah, so I'm
friends
just
out
really
here.
glad you picked this because it's timely to me. We need to remember and we need to still be loud about it.
Yeah,
And I really appreciate you picking this. This is a good case. Thank you.
I am so happy to. But yeah, Viren was killed on March 22nd, 2003, near a primary schoolyard in Belgrade. He was about 44 and he was found strangled and beaten with a mallet. Um, it took over 5 days before he was reported missing. And his body was not found until a month after the report, overgrown with reeds on April 23rd, which was immediately sent to the Institute of Forensic Medication. We actually had two people that were accused. The first defendant was Fuck. Oh, I want to call that Fuck, but I don't know if that's right. Fake, maybe? Ramadani, who was 24, and then the 16-year-old named. Oh, I should have practiced these first.
Oh, listen, we go through this. Me and Willow had a hell of a time because we're dumb fucks in Arkansas, and
I want to.
it's difficult. But like, I'll go to Google and make it like pronounce it for me. I'll still fuck it up. Just do your best,
Yeah,
and if we get it wrong, we're sorry, Serbian
I'm
people.
gonna guess that that J is silent and say Betu Recipe, and who was accused as the accomplice who helped Ramadani after the murder. Apparently, the theory is that Ramadani was meeting Merlinka for prostitution reasons,
Hmm.
and then they ended up getting into a fight where Ramadani strangled and crushed his skull. It was also stated that after the murder, Ramadani stole Marilyn's golden ring and mobile phone, and then sold the phone to Recipe, who had actually introduced Ramadani to Marilyn to begin with. And they were actually both acquitted of charges due to lack of evidence. And they both had alibis and they kept accusing each other. So in the end, no one was charged. Um, so this is still a cold case to this day. I honestly think that because she was transgender, I don't want to, I hesitate to use the word transgender, but because she was genderqueer and because she was such a queer icon in general, I feel like the Serbia police probably still aren't investigating this.
Probably
So we
not.
will never
And
know what actually happened to her. And that is really unfortunate.
yeah, it's terrible. To have that kind of, it's the lack of care. It's the most number one murdered like minority population is
It
genderqueer people or trans people.
it's unfortunate. I have no idea how else to phrase it except for like the further and the more discriminate you get, the more glaringly obvious it is who the real targets are.
Oh yeah. And more oftentimes than not, like what people and I kind of want to go over this real quick if you let me get on a soapbox for
Oh,
a minute.
please.
Then if somebody makes soap, it's fair that I get on a soapbox. Hmm? Yeah, it's a
Mhm.
good joke. Um, this is how I see it. And we've gone over this before on this podcast, but when you marginalize a group of people and you shut them out of society and you paint them as monstrous or aberrant in some way, you start forcing them into avenues of employment that are dangerous because we all have to make money to live. Well, that's just a fact. And, as a former sex worker myself, and well, I guess I would still be considered a sex worker. 'Cause I think
Yeah,
so.
I mean, I consider us sex workers. We are delivering people's fantasies to them, like handcrafted on a silver platter, you know?
That is true. And if you're just
Mhm.
tuning in for the first time, me and Mattie write erotica, like custom erotica.
Sure do.
Yeah, but I do consider it sex work. Um, Just like I consider phone sex or, sexting for money, all of that, sex work.
Yep.
But when you are marginalized this way, you typically have to take sex work that's dangerous. Because let's just be honest, it is. It's not regulated. It's still illegal in many places. And that just puts the person doing the sex work at risk. And then you have the whole kind of like gay panic that comes with hiring a sex worker who is, trans, like trans women. Let's just use that as an example. And trust that the men, the Johns that are hiring them because they're trans. Let's just put that out there, okay? Most
Yeah.
of the time. This isn't like, surprise, I didn't know what gender you were and now I'm confused and upset. That's not it. That is a bullshit defense and we all know it.
Yeah,
Okay?
they pick them specifically. We all know
They're
that.
chasers. Okay? And so when we take away, like, for example, right now, this really upsets me, but I'll get over it. Maris can't get his driver's license renewed because he's trans. So luckily, he works for somebody who's really understanding and already got like his information and stuff. But imagine if Maris were trying to find a job and he doesn't have valid ID. The only way he could get valid ID is if he'll accept an F marker on his driver's license. And I want you to think about that if you went to the DMV and they told you, like, you can have a driver's license, but I'm going to put an M on it. Like, if they did that to me, it's really humiliating. It just is. And so you're making it to where these people just don't have any other choice. And it's really sad. And marginalization equals violence every time. Racist and transphobic and misogynist rhetoric translates into violence every time. And that is why they are consistently the number one most murdered minority, even though they make up like they're the least of our population. In the United States, only 0.06% of the population is trans.
That is a lot smaller than I thought for some reason.
Because
Maybe
the
it's
fucking
because I'm
media blows it up and the current
well,
administration blows it up.
I was actually about to suggest that it's because I'm gay and also Gen Z, so kind of like my entire peer group is at some point trans. But like,
Well,
yeah,
yeah,
fair.
but like, so's mine, but that's but it wasn't until I got with Maris. It's like, I mean, that's not necessarily true. I've always had a lot of
We
queer
just kind of
friends.
surround ourselves with ourselves, you know?
Yeah, we make our little echo chambers, and that's nice. But outside of it, it's scary. And the world is not made for trans people. It's just not. It's made for cis people. And I'm not, don't hate mail me, y'all, with that. It just, find something else to be mad about. Like, it's not worth it. But pretty much, like, you just keep, it's just a common tactic of dictatorships, okay? We pick a marginalized group, and then we demonize them and dehumanize them so that we all have a common enemy to hate. And I just want people to stop and think for themselves. Does that hate feel good? Does that feel right to you? Are you living in ignorance? And are you afraid because you don't understand and it's scary to you what people are saying on the TV? Go educate yourself. Go ask some questions, and I guarantee you're going to walk away with different. And I'm not going to preach, though. I'm going to get off my soapbox. Nobody likes being told what to do. Nobody likes being told that their beliefs are shitty. You're never going to change an opinion with arguing. The only way you change an opinion is leading by example. And I'm a hater, so I'm just not a good example.
Lillian, I suddenly understand why people call you the female Joe Rogan because I was getting flashes of his face. Like every time it sounded like you were about to get really angry, I would get like a
Push
flash
it
of his
down.
face, and then you would
Push it
calm
down.
down slightly.
And
That was
like, I don't sweat meat. My blood pressure's fine. Joe Rogan really looks like he sweats like literal like bacon grease. He looks like
I
he's gonna
mean,
have a stroke Like, lay off the keto and eat a salad, my dude.
I was about to say, yeah, he's kind of like a slathered baked potato a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, he do look like that.
I'm
Like a
not a
thumb.
baked potato person though. I'm just putting that out there. Hate to be that
See,
person.
neither is Maris. He also eschews and hates a baked potato, which I don't understand. They're delicious. I mean, not like
Yeah.
plain. You got to put like a bunch of shit in it, like butter and sour cream and cheese and bacon and green
Yeah,
onions or
and green
chives.
onions.
Chives will do.
Okay, I before we like devolve into only banter, I do actually want to point out, just to like wrap up the whole Merlinka talk, I want to talk about all of the accolades she's gotten.
Yes, please do.
Um, yes, so in 2009, the Gay Lesbian Info Center and the Belgrade Youth Center founded the International Queer Film Festival, which was named after Merlinka. And the Merlinka Festival uh, showcases and promotes LGBTQ stories and voices from around the world through films, documentaries. I think I've even heard of like TV series and animations coming out of there. And it prizes for the best feature film, short film, documentary, and the award is called Dorothy's Shoe. I haven't figured out why yet because I did a little bit of research and it's not very obvious, but um, yeah, so they have actually gotten a few really popular movies coming out of there. Um, on top of that, there have been not one, but two different plays written about Merlinka. And then in March of 2013, on the 10th anniversary of her death, they also held a special program about Merlinka's life, which was like an actual film documentary. And then in July of 2013, a plaque honoring Merlinka was put up anonymously in Belgrade. And then a sculpture also anonymously appeared of Merlinka's favorite shoes in her size, which was a size 43 in European, by the way. And they were both added to Belgrade in 2022. So she's gotten a plaque, a sculpture, she's gotten two plays, a TV series, or either a documentary or a TV series, I'm not really sure, and a whole LGBTQ film festival named after her. So we miss you, icon, is all I can say.
That's really cool, though. Like, there's not a play made about me. There should be.
I mean, maybe once you die. I mean, have you considered getting
Hey,
murdered?
hey. I do not want to be murked or true crimed. Thank you very much. Look, I've had a very interesting life, and someone ought do something with all that. I
I know
haven't.
I hate to put this out there in the world because I know some people are fucking crazy. I have no problem with being murdered if I've already had a kid and I'm
What the
murdered in an
fuck is wrong
interesting
with you?
way. If I'm
No,
murdered in an
your
interesting one,
child would be so sad.
I have to leave an orphan. If I don't leave an orphan,
Oh
it
my
doesn't count.
God.
I'm gonna write a really horrible letter for my little orphan to open.
Oh, is it gonna be really sad?
Yeah,
Mama
it's gonna
loved
be
you
sad,
so, child.
and I'm gonna fucking like goose egg hunt. What is it called? I'm gonna send him on a wild goose chase. There's the words. I'm gonna send him on a wild goose chase to become Batman, and then tell them about like this ginormous fortune I left them. But then there's just not gonna be any money, and I'm gonna break their heart. I'm gonna
God.
traumatize them by dying, and then I'm gonna fucking gaslight them from beyond the grave. And that's how I know they'll become a true crime fighter. Why do you let me talk, Lillian? I fucking
Because you're
I'm like
you're going
riffing
off,
off of
homie.
myself and struggling. Anyways, do we have anything else that we wanted like small talk? Because this was a
Uh,
relatively short episode
yeah,
otherwise.
sometimes we got shorties. It's okay. What do I got? My Saddam Hussein writes romance novels is up on Patreon. That was good. That was
Yay!
good. Did you learn some things?
I learned a few things. I
about
learned an
Saddam.
uncomfortable amount of information about Saddam Hussein
Yeah.
for somebody who didn't really understand him as a concept
He
before.
fucking loved Raisin Bran, for example.
Yeah,
But
I know
fuck
that
Fruit
now.
Loops. That shit pissed him off.
But we both agree that Fruit Loops are fucking fantastic.
They're S tier.
They
I
are
put them
S
up
tier.
there.
Are you a Cookie Crisp person?
I'm not. I think they taste like, I think they're ass, frankly.
I
They're,
I would put them in high A tier personally.
I'm going to put them like
Cornflakes S plus.
agreed.
Fucking love. I fucking
Because
love
not only
cornflakes.
can you eat a delicious bowl of cornflakes with like berries on it and shit, but you can
Yeah.
use it to make fucking funeral potatoes. And I love those.
I have no idea what the fuck those are.
How can you have ever lived in the South and not know what a funeral potato is?
Because my mom was afraid. uh, this is kind of
Of
hard to
potatoes?
explain. No, my mom was like basically afraid that Southern people would find out that we're from up north and like
Oh, Yankee
also indigenous
carpetbaggers.
and like fucking kill us.
Oh, Indians.
She sent
Goddamn.
me to church and but I wasn't allowed at anybody's house. I was to go to church to seem normal and I was to come home and not interact with anything or anybody. And my mom says that she's not actually bipolar, which is fucking wrong.
My mom said that too, but she super duper was. And then she died face down in trash and went to hell where she belongs. Um, oh my
Damn.
God,
All
I
right.
missed the anniversary of her death. I like totally forgot about it.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh,
I
I just don't give a shit.
like the best birthday present I could have is like my father dying. I'd love that.
See, and I understand you, and I'm not going to scold you for that. I lived that shit, so I get you. And you've told me a little bit, and I agree. He
Yeah.
should be
Yeah, I
jettisoned
fucking
into the sun at once.
yeah.
Just bye.
I can't wait until I have like a little bit of a cult following. If he mysteriously disappears, none of you
Sorry.
guys ever heard anything from me.
No. Mm-mm.
No.
Okay, so here's some business time, which is
Yay,
always
business
good.
time.
We don't
Yay.
jettison business time into the sun. Mm-mm. So, business time, join our Patreon, first of all. Now that Mattie is here and Maris is participating more, and Willow still has some episodes she's working on for Patreon, our Patreon's going to be popping off, is what I'm telling you. So,
Yay.
join. Also, please join our Discord and come talk to me. I'm lonely. I'm a weird shut in now, and I need friends. So, come in there and be my friend. God. Why am I having to beg? It's pathetic, frankly. Maybe you get off on my begging. I don't know. Maybe it's your kink. But stop it and just join the Discord and show me a picture of your dog, damn it. And we have merch. We're about to have new merch. Mattie showed me some designs for some merch today that were so fucking cute that I squealed in a
Yes, I
high pitched
actually
way.
remembered to send the merch photos.
You did.
And we're finalizing designs and I will be sending those for approval. And if you guys like want to use the Discord to tell us if you guys want like keychains or t-shirts or stickers or what,
Yeah, come
that
tell
would
me.
be great. Yeah,
That would
come
be
tell
rad as
us. Yeah.
shit. I don't know
We're
anything.
on our knees waiting for you to come tell us what kind of merch you
Oh
want.
no, you're making it weird again. Um
No, it's not. It's respectful.
Oh, I'm so disrespectful. Anyway, also listen to Maris's other podcast, Reality, where he talks about all the reality TV he watches and he stumbles over his words because he has dyslexia and you're going to be nice to him about it anyway. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does his best, damn it.
Dyslexia rights.
Also, Maddie's turning 21.
I am. By the time this is posted, it is currently today. So
Haha,
in
it's
two
today when
days,
you're listening to it.
oh fuck, it's today. Oh shit, I need to go to sleep. Anyways,
Yeah,
uh,
I'm going to put Maddie's like payment information. Buy her a drink. It's her 21st birthday. Come on now.
it is my 21st birthday, and unfortunately, due to scheduling errors and a lot of crying, I am spending it alone. So if you guys want to get me hammered at a bar by myself, do that.
No, 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 no. You're going to have
What if
one
you got me?
respectable drink and go home safely, young lady.
Well, I'm gonna get an Uber. Don't
Okay, well,
worry.
that's fine.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't,
gonna
yeah.
pre-plan it.
Be
I'm also
good.
gonna and
Behave.
like I'm even gonna consider instead of going to like a separate bar, I'm gonna take myself to a casino.
Hey,
Because
that's
then,
fun.
well, I was thinking if hot guys hit on me all night and buy me free drinks, then I don't have to spend my own money.
And then you can spend your money on something responsible, like sushi.
I fucking would love sushi.
Oh,
Yeah.
sushi.
Oh, sushi. Although
Sushi
I'm
so
more of
good.
like a red meat person, I want to take myself to steak for like my birthday because I love
I
steak.
only really want steak when I'm PMSing and about to bleed everywhere. Then I just could like go to the meat department and go ham. Meat. Anyway, that's enough information
Yeah.
for everyone. No one needed to know about my period and what I do on it. What else do I have? Oh, yes, if you're on YouTube, do the YouTube stuff. Please leave a comment. Steak or Saddam loves Raisin Bran. I don't care what you say. And then, you upvote it or you thumbs up it. You hit some kind of thing and you smash a button. I don't know. I'm not on YouTube very much. But please do that. It makes me happy
Yeah.
if I notice. But if all you can do to support this podcast is listen, thank you so much. You are why we do it.
Yes, we love our tea leaves. And yes, I'm going to call you tea leaves
She
instead of
doesn't
tea
like tea
bags.
bags, but
I
I
hate
like
tea
tea
bags.
bags.
I think it's the worst. I'm going to call you guys tea leaves.
Tea leaves is
Um,
cute.
tea leaves is actually objectively adorable. Or I could call them like my little Earls, like Earl Grey,
Oh.
you know.
Or no, I'm gonna stop. I'm just gonna
No,
not
say
do
it, say
any.
it, say it, say it, say it,
No,
say it.
it's too stupid. So into the hole it went. I don't even remember what it
Okay,
was.
I'm gatekeeping you from not saying it.
Oh, I don't care what you do.
God damn it, Lillian. Fine. All right, we're ending this episode. We love you guys.
Yes,
Bye.
bye.
Us on your social media platform of choice. Linktree/cruelty has all of the links. Check out our Patreon for exclusive episodes, merch, ad-free episodes, live ghost hunts, and much more. Please be sure to subscribe. New episodes are uploaded weekly. Thank you so much. See you next time. Music and production by Libby.